see on the screen. I am one of your hosts, Sara. With me, let's switch it up. We have Mike. Hello, Mike Mixtape.
Hey, Sara.
He's doing like radio. Like radio.
It's just Nick. Shawn is too.
Am I? What did I
wah,
do?
Wah, wah.
Bazinga!
I was like, I'll be the sound.
Bing
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 bong.
bong.
Oh,
Smokey and the bear.
what would you say to Joe Biden right now? Hey, baby. Okay, anyway, with me is also Shawn.
You'll say Shawn?
Shawn.
Wait, what is that?
Underscore AFK.
AFK. Well, yeah, that's my Twitter.
What is
You didn't say
AFK?
Mike mixed.
Yes, I did. I said, and we have
Did
Mike
you?
Mixtape.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks for listening to me. Rude.
Yeah, she actually said
I was
my full
thinking
screen
about-
name.
I was thinking about Spider-Man. I'm Shawn. I saw Spider-Man. Unlike one person on this podcast.
Shut up.
Do we want to start with Spider-Man, or do we want to leave it
No.
for later?
Let's talk about other unimportant things because Spider-Man's the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world. So,
I won't argue.
Mike, let's start with you. How was your week? 2 weeks. How long has it been?
2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks. It's work.
Amen.
Work. I will tell you a story actually because last week.
Is it about Spider-Man?
No, it's not. Shut up. Yes, people, I have not seen No Way Home yet. Okay, I'm the one in the
Shame him.
So
You remember that scene in
Shame.
Game of Thrones? Yeah, exactly.
Shame.
okay.
All right, go ahead, Mike. We'll shut up about Spider-Man.
Last week,
No problem.
there was actually a massive weather thing happening because
Oh, yeah?
Wednesday was it's supposed to be in the 60s, high winds, rainstorm. It was the weirdest record for December for us in Wisconsin, here, central Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
And at the news station that I work at, we predicate on alerting the audience, the watchers, about the weather ahead of time so they can prepare for anything. So we're our first alert weather, and it's here we go. Here's what's happening: high winds, rain, snow, whatever. Last week, in particular, there was
a lot of high winds and
last week there was a big thing that happened on television on CBS. If you're a big fan of reality television, Survivor,
You know that I am.
Survivor season finale was on.
Oh.
Oh, did you interrupt it for the weather thing? Were people pissed?
Yeah, it was live, and we're we're gonna announce the winner live on Survivor.
Oh my god!
And we had to I didn't work that shift, but we had to insert a weather update because it was gonna be a massive thing happening.
Yeah.
And people got pissed. People
Did they
got
call
pissed.
you guys?
They
email you? Did
they emailed the news team in particular saying, and they actually they shared it on Facebook at one point, and there was a bunch of God damn it, fucking piece of shit, why would you interrupt Survivor? It's swearing, and it's
I'll die. I just want to know who wins.
Yeah, I don't. You guys always talk about the weather. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show up.
You always talk about the weather. You guys are always talking about. I don't care about the weather.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not even in my area. God damn it, I don't care about.
I don't pay for the weather.
It's
how stupid can people be?
They are. I'm
very.
It's just. It was.
I know.
What we did was, we're hey, go on Paramount Plus. You get a free month, and watch it on Paramount Plus. And we're no, I don't have Paramount Plus. I don't have. I was fuck you guys. Just. We're trying to do our thing, or to the community with the weather, and I'm no. So I guess people 21 years later still love Survivor. I didn't realize that. Wow, it really shows out. It's damn, maybe this season was that damn good. And I was
I didn't know it was still going.
It's still,
Still going.
It was still going.
They're casting a celebrity version of Survivor.
Ooh.
The showrunner of Wheel of Time was on Survivor.
Oh. I've never watched Survivor.
Neither have I. Rafe Judkins is the showrunner on Wheel of Time.
That's not my kind.
Interesting.
Is that show good? Should I watch it?
God,
do I have the time to watch it?
It's so good. My mom really likes it. I'm watching it every week.
Is there
with my mom.
boobies?
I think there might have been one or two.
Is there sex?
Oh.
They cut to black.
It's on Prime. Can Prime show that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they show boobies in the first episode of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, I've never seen that show.
That's right. I was going through that show.
But I don't think it's. I don't think it's that bad. I don't. There's they cut to black if there's sex.
Do other people think? Is the show good?
I mean, I think it's the highest. It's the most watched show on television right now.
Really?
Or maybe among streaming stuff. I think it's.
I haven't heard anyone talking about it. Except for you.
That's actually kind of true. I don't see anybody talking about this.
And The Witcher just came out yesterday too, and no one's talking about it.
I really want to.
That was really dumb on them to drop it Spider-Man weekend. They should have waited or done it earlier.
I think it's been consistently every week the biggest. It's been topping Hawkeye.
Well, that's not hard to do.
We're going to talk about Hawkeye in a minute, because I'm going to spoil the shit out of something from Hawkeye. I don't fucking care who's... I'm going to spoil the shit out of Hawkeye. You've had time. You've had time to watch Hawkeye. It's a show. I'm going to spoil the shit out of Hawkeye.
True.
I keep seeing people on Twitter saying that Hawkeye is the best Disney of the Disney
I don't
Plus
agree
ones.
with that.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. I can't get... Oh, sorry. I'm taking over. No, we'll talk about it later.
It's fine.
I got gripes.
I'm trying to find the article I saw. Wheel of Time, but I'm not going to be able to.
Article.
Farticle. That's the worst thing I've ever.
Shut up. Work is just been crazy. So.
Are you caught up on the soaps? You watch the soap operas every day?
Only Born the Beautiful. Did
you know that James Franco was on? What's the ABC one? General Hospital.
I'm not surprised. No,
I forgot. We watched. Speaking of Paramount Plus, my husband signed up for Paramount Plus for the free month, and we watched a bunch of Drake and Josh, which is still great. Oh. And they have all the Comedy Central roast on there, so we watched the roast of James Franco, and I forgot he was on General Hospital for a season. As his character's name was Franco. It's so stupid.
So stupid. I did watch something on Paramount Plus, but I don't know.
What was it?
Grease Live.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah, I saw Grease Live on Paramount Plus. I was actually thrilled and fascinated by it. I was like, wow, it's pretty darn good. Soundtrack's great, the casting's great. It is the Fox one.
Okay. It wasn't the NBC. Yeah, because Fox did that in Rent, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right. They did the Rent Live? Yeah.
The Grease one was much better.
It is. I was like, wow, they actually put time and effort into
I haven't watched any of those live shows, and I probably never will.
I heard the Annie one that just happened was really good. I watched part of the Jesus Christ Superstar one. That was their best one. It got a bunch of Emmy nominations, I believe, because it was TV and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's what Vanessa Hudgens is in Greece, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Her dad died, the day before the live production.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. They did a dedication at the end of it, which was pretty nice. Yeah, she was really good in it. She was really good as... Rizzo. Yes, I was just going to say Rizzo.
She's good.
Carly Rae Jepsen as Frenchie was a big surprise for me. I was like, whoa, Carly Rae Jepsen as Frenchie? I was like, whoa.
That's weird. Who was Sandy? Was it unknown or?
That was Julianne Hough.
Oh, Julianne Hough. Yeah.
Yeah. The
and
Danny Zuko was unknown that I did not know.
So Aaron Trevette. Is that his name? He's a huge Broadway star.
Okay, that explains it.
Who is the lead in Moulin Rouge on Broadway and won the Tony this year for it because he was the only one nominated. And so he won.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Damn.
He's also in the Les Mis movie. Plays I don't know how to say his name. The French one.
Watch that. I haven't seen
Not Marius, but the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good. Very talented. Anyway, Shawn, what have you been watching besides Spider-Man? Or doing with life?
Nothing. I go to work and come home and I move on. I've been watching Hawkeye.
Close which I'm enjoying. Legs. Oh my gosh.
Oh goddamn. Damn.
Scandalous over here.
Give it a show over there. Holy shit.
Watch the video on YouTube.
I wasn't even
I'm sorry.
I wasn't even paying attention. Josh, you're going to have to edit that out.
I looked over and she's just like, sorry. So sorry.
I was watching. So, okay, I've been watching Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying Hawkeye. I don't think it's the best. I like it better than Falcon and Winter Soldier, but not better than Loki or WandaVision.
Right.
I agree.
And obviously better than What If. I liked What If, but What If was easily not the best thing they've done.
Right.
But the big thing about Hawkeye, where I jumped out of my seat and screamed in the last episode, spoilers for the latest episode of Hawkeye in 3, 2, 1, I don't fucking care. Kingpin, baby! Wilson Fisk!
I screamed out loud.
Lost. I knew it was coming. They've been teasing it all season. They've been Uncle a couple episodes ago. He was there in the black suit, but they didn't show his face. Whatever. Who cares? Vincent D'Onofrio, the fucking Kingpin from the Daredevil TV show on Netflix, is in the MCU officially.
It is white suit.
And he's wearing the white suit from season 3. So I'm very curious to see what happens on Wednesday, because now that he's in the show, I assume he's in the show, for the finale. Like, I assume we're going to get more than 2 seconds of him.
I hope so.
In this last episode. But I'm just... And I mean, obviously they've been doing like really good stuff. Like Yelena showed up, and Yelena's scene with Kate was maybe one of the best seasons on television.
Are they going to hook up? Because I'm here for it.
Oh, maybe.
Is that in the comics?
Thinking about it. I don't think so. But who fucking cares?
They got good chemistry. That's all.
They do. I mean, it's Florence Pugh and Haley Steinfeld. God. But yeah, I've been living on cloud 9 from the motherfucking Kingpin being in. Oh, God, I can't. When I was a boy. Vanessa, I'm just. Oh man.
I only watched 1 and 2. I should probably watch season 3.
Oh my god, season 3 I thought was much better than season 2. I don't know if it was better than season 1. I think it's the best season. I think season 3 is the best season of the show.
Which is interesting. Surprising. Because Jessica Jones only got worse, but...
Yeah, well, Daredevil is that only show, one of the only shows that was good.
Yeah.
Although, I'll be fair... I didn't watch Jessica Jones past season 1, but I loved season 1.
Season 1 is the best. Season 2, it's like,
I didn't watch any of Luke Cage, and I only watched the first season of Iron Fist.
I watched the first episode of Luke Cage, and it was very violent. I mean, Daredevil's worse. I don't know how I watched Daredevil.
I don't know why I never watched Luke Cage. I just didn't. I liked him in Defenders, though. I thought that was cool.
I liked him in Jessica Jones.
He was in Jessica Jones. He was.
Yeah, when they fucked. No,
they fucked a lot. There was a lot.
I was like, okay, Kingpin shows up. When is Jessica Jones going to show up and just start cussing up a stuff? I want to see her bang someone on a Marvel movie. She can show up in not there. What's his name? Deadpool, right? Like,
I don't. I'll give you this: if we're gonna see any of them, it's gonna be Jessica Jones. But we're not going to see Iron Fist or Luke
We just
Cage
walk
again.
by her, and she's like in the bar, and it pans over to her, and Wolverine like drinking or something stupid.
I'll tell you this: we're never seeing that version of Luke Cage or Iron Fist again.
Oh hell no!
That's not there.
I want Kilgrave to come back. I know that might not be possible, but
I don't think they're going to be canon. I think they're going to say that the shows are.
If you're going to bring in Fisk, why can't you bring?
I think what they're going to
not Kingpin, but Kilgrave.
No. What I was saying is that I think they could because I don't think the shows are going to be canon. I think it's going to be.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Something happened, and the show is probably what happened, but we're not staying to that. And if we retcon it, we retcon it, and you just have to accept that it's like
what's his name?
It's like how Star Wars does Legends, right? These are legends of what might have happened, and we might pick and pull stuff from that as we're going and making new stuff. Like we might bring Revan back in and mention him or something, or we might bring Darth Bane and reference him. But those books didn't happen exactly as written unless we say that they did. And I think it's going to be a scenario like that, where Daredevil did not happen exactly as it is on the Netflix show unless we directly reference the events. But who knows? The rumors I've heard don't align with the Netflix series 1-to-1.
Yeah, it's okay.
I've heard a rumor that when Daredevil shows up, I'm not gonna say when they said he's going to show up, but when he shows up, he'll be not in the suit from the show. He'll be in the like yellow suit from the comics.
Ooh, oh, nice.
So that's different from the show, obviously. I don't mind that either.
So his red suit in the show is not the comic book?
No, he does wear the red suit in the comics.
Wear that.
But there was also a yellow suit that he wore at one point. And they said we're gonna see that one.
He's so good
when he shows up. So I'm very excited. Daredevil's gonna show up. Even Kevin Feige said that like it's not a matter of will Charlie Cox play Daredevil? It's when are we going to have Charlie Cox play Daredevil? Mm-hmm. That is what Kevin Feige has said. Yep. So Daredevil's coming back. Jessica Jones, I think, is the most likely of the rest of them to show up. I don't think we're gonna see.
She's so good. She's so good.
I don't think we're gonna see Mike Coulter's Luke Cage, and we're definitely not seeing Finn Jones' Iron Fist. Like,
hell no.
Maybe we see Mike Coulter show up as Luke Cage again. I think it's unlikely, but maybe. There's no way in hell we ever see Finn Jones play Iron Fist again. Well, in the comics, they're changing Iron Fist. Right now, they're making him Asian.
Oh.
Because he wasn't before.
Right.
Which was kind of weird.
Problematic.
So I think they're changing it in the comics so that they can bring him back into the MCU and have an Asian actor play him.
I do want to say a Gripe with Hawkeye.
No. I'll just finish my thought.
Good.
If you look at the comics, you can kind of see what they're going to do in the MCU. Like, it's something you can kind of follow. Usually if something's happening in the comics, it's because we're going to be seeing something in the MCU later, and they're reintroducing it into the zeitgeist.
Oh. That's interesting.
But anyways, there's a story of when they were doing a big event at Marvel. They were doing an Infinity event because they knew Infinity War was happening. And so they knew that there was a Thanos event coming, or there was a Thanos movie coming. And one of the executives in the room when they were planning the event was like, you guys should use the Black Order. And they were like, nobody fucking cares about the Black Order. Why would we use the Black Order? And they're like, you should use the Black Order. Because the executive knew that they were using Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive and all of them in Infinity War. And so they were like, put them in this comic event. I know nobody fucking cares who these people are, but do it, you know?
Mike's gone.
Mike's gone. We'll bring him back in. I think he had to run and do something. Anyways, you had a gripe with Hawkeye you wanted to talk about.
So my very annoying gripe that I just like to pick out on everything is I don't understand why. It's not even about the show. It's just, why is Haley Steinfeld wearing a wig when that's what her hair looks like naturally?
Is she wearing a wig?
She's wearing a wig and she's wearing eye contacts, and it takes me out of it. I've said this before because my husband's TV is so it's like super high quality, and high def. So we're watching it. The one like car scene from a couple episodes ago, the car chase scene. The whole time we were watching it, we were like just picking out like, oh, that's green screen. Oh, that's because
you can see where they hid the cuts.
Yes, and the cuts, it's on a green screen. You can tell, you can see like where the contact lens is. Like it's because it's not fitted for his TV. You know what I'm saying? So it always takes me out of it because my TV just makes it so obvious to me. So I'm like, I can't like watch it because her eyes are not a natural color, which for other people it's like, who cares? But for me, I'm just like, that's not her hair. It's a wig. Her hair looks like that in real life though. So I don't understand. Like, but I don't know. It's okay. Like it's getting better for me. It's getting better. Honestly, I was just waiting for Yelena to show up, to be honest. But yeah.
I have a Hawkeye anecdote that it's not mine, but it's a friend of mine, and he's shared this. Like he does content stuff, and he's shared this publicly, so I don't feel bad saying it. But he said when he was watching the latest episode, and it's the episode in the one where like Hawkeye's taking out all those people quietly, like when they go to the meetup.
Oh yeah,
with my. One of the last guys he takes out has his gun go off, and my friend went, "Well, that's bullshit. She would hear that." And then he had to pause the show and go, "God damn it, I'm a moron." He was just like, "That's not stealthy. The gun went off. Come on, like she wouldn't hear that." And then he had to pause it and be like, "I'm an idiot." I really like her.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll watch a spin-off series.
She's getting one, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I'll watch a spin-off series.
I like all the representation that we're getting in this.
I love it. It's very
great. Good. Not just like ethnicities, but also like hearing impaired and all this different stuff. It's great. Keep it coming.
I love her buddy Kazi. Is that his name?
Discount Jon Snow. Yeah. he looks like Kit Harington got punched in the face a little bit too much.
I want my default laugh to be Willem Dafoe's now.
Oh my.
Anyways, that's what I think about Hawkeye.
I'll share something I watched.
Give me a thumbs up when he's ready to come back in, and you keep going.
Okay, so I watched. Me and my husband kept going on the Mike Flanagan train and watched Haunting of Bly Manor, which was the second in the Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor. Then there's another one that's coming out. It's not a haunting though. I don't remember.
He has 2 more shows coming out, right?
I think so.
I think he just set the next one after the next one that's coming.
Yes.
Because
they just announced something.
The Fall of the House of Usher just got announced.
Yes. But there's something before that.
Well, yeah, that's Midnight. That's the Midnight Club, which is coming out in 2022. I think Mike just gave me a thumbs up. He did. Okay, we're gonna bring him back. Boom! Welcome back, Mike. Mike Flanagan's doing Midnight Club, which is coming out in 2022, and then his show after that is The Fall of the House of Usher, which was just announced, and that is gonna have.
Oh, that's the one.
That's Mark Hamill's gonna be in it.
Ooh! Oh, they're all coming back.
Kylie Curran, Samantha Sloan, Rahul, Kate Siegel,
Langella,
Katie Parker.
Literally everyone from Midnight Mass, they're all coming back. Which I love. Anyway.
But also Mark Hamill's joining the mix, which is very exciting.
So we watched Haunting of Bly Manor, which is based on a bunch of the guys' books, but mainly kind of based on The Turning of the Screw, which was a book that I had to read in high school.
Really?
And it is a ghost story. So it's the main story of Bly Manor is based on that, but it also is taken from a lot of his short stories as well, kind of mixed in together. And a lot of people, this was the one that came right after Hill House, and a lot of people didn't really like this one as much as Hill House because it wasn't as scary. And it's not and he only directed the first episode, I think. Other people directed it. I don't know if he wrote it all. I know he was involved, but not as involved as all his other shows.
Bly Manor?
Yeah.
Bly Manor.
He only did like the first 2 episodes, I think.
He did not write and direct every episode.
No.
He directed only the first episode.
Okay.
And he wrote only the first episode as well.
Yes. But the show's still really good, of course. It's really good. It is very slow. It is kind of creepy. They do still do this thing that they did in it's a lot like Haunting a Hill House, where there is mysteries that are set up that you learn as the show goes on. The cast is incredible. Victoria Peretti, is that her last name? She's in Haunting a Hill House. She's also in the 3rd season of You. Peretti, is that her name? She's
Pedretti.
Yeah. She is the lead in this. Again, he uses a lot of the same people in all his shows. Raul, is that his name?
Yeah, I think so. He's
very good. I think this was the first project.
Let him play a character in something Star Wars, please.
He's so good. But it's about how it's set in the 80s, and the original book is set back in like the 1700s, I want to say. So they definitely made it more modern. And it's about this woman who's a nanny who goes to nannies for these 2 kids whose parents tragically passed away, and these 2 little British children. And there are ghosts in the house, obviously. And it's just like a creepy ghost story, but they do a lot more with it, and they do a lot about like grief, and there's some really good, there's an episode, because he always does like one episode in his shows that are just like incredible, and there's one episode that the storytelling is very unique, and the whole time is like, what the fuck is happening? And it was good, and it left me satisfied, and it's not too scary, it's a little creepy. There's 2 episodes like that are very unique to what the rest of the show is. So I liked it. I encourage people to watch it. The lead, I dress just like the lead now. So I was like, oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. I dress like the 80s, but it was good. And then the last thing is that The Witcher season 2 dropped Friday. My husband watched 7 episodes without me because he didn't think I was interested in it. I was like, wow, that's rude, because he made me watch the first season and then decided I wasn't interested, so watched the rest of it without me.
Wow.
I was like, that's rude. So we rewatched the first episode together. And
was it good?
It's good. I mean, I liked the show. He said I'm going to like this one a lot better. This season a lot better. You can tell the acting is a lot better already. I mean, I'm not the biggest Henry Cavill fan. I never really thought he was a good actor until this show to begin with. I think he is a good actor. I just think he's been giving the wrong stuff. And I think in this show, he's so passionate about The Witcher and Geralt. So you can tell like he loves this character in this show. And my husband said you can tell the budget went up and the action scenes are incredible. So I'm excited to keep watching. I think that's it.
You know, speaking of The Witcher and Henry Cavill,
cast a coin to your Witcher.
He was giving an interview for season 2, and somebody asked him what other fantasy
Here we go.
Stuff. And you know who he mentioned? He mentioned a little author by the name of Brandon Sanderson, little author of some books that you might have heard me talk about before.
Good.
You know, and he just, Henry Cavill was he was singing the praises of the man. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I love that he's a big nerd, though. Yeah, I love that.
he was saying Brandon Sanderson has created one of the greatest fantasy worlds of all time, and I'd agree.
Oh, good for you.
I think we should listen to the man. He's very tall and handsome and very smart, and I think we should all listen to him.
He looks good in the role with the hair and the shirtlessness and the gold eyes.
I just think, hey, not network, streaming, not networks. Networks, don't listen to him. Streaming, listen to him. I just think, But Starlight Archive would be a cool adaptation. So, look, I'm just saying. He could play like one of the only white characters in the whole show. It's a very diverse, very diverse cast of characters. So like, he could play like the only white person.
Yeah, apparently he was involved with the script for season 2, and he said in interviews that they were consulting him with like character stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, in this book, this happens," and blah blah blah, which is cool to see that like. You can tell watching
he's great.
it. He's very passionate about it.
Yeah.
And he's not the only one that's passionate. No, I'm just kidding.
Mike, have you watched anything?
General Hospital.
Like
Time of Our Life.
Do you have anything you want to talk about?
The How I Met Your Father trailer.
I did see that, yes. I'm excited for that on Hulu.
I think it looks really good. I'm not going to lie.
How I Met Your Father.
I was not excited, but the trailer was really good and brought back the feel of the show, so I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, speaking of trailers, also, Sarah, I just realized we haven't talked about Secrets of Dumbledore yet.
Oh God. Oh, God.
We don't have to. Would you?
Oh, we can. So
fine.
I did a little trailer reaction. You can just find it on YouTube somewhere for Dumbledore, and I really tried not to say mean things. Well, the first time we did it, we lost the footage, so we had to redo it again.
Oh, the re-reaction.
I have to rewatch this thing again.
A re-reaction.
But rewatching the reaction, it's not that bad. The second time I watched it, I'm like, okay, whatever. These movies are just not for me. I don't like how fucking dark it is. Like, why is it so dark? I can't see anything.
That's David Yates, dude.
I hate it.
Yep.
Somebody's got to take Harry Potter away from him, dude. I can't believe he's still making these movies.
Like, take it away from them all. Like, I don't want them to touch it anymore. Take it away from
J.K. Rowling while we're at it, please.
It's so fucking dark. Why are we back at Hogwarts? Why? The only thing
it's about Dumbledore, though. That's why.
I know, but it's a cash grab, and I hate it. Why the fuck does what's-his-face look like Snape? I hate why does he have long hair?
He does kind of look like Snape. He does kind of look like Snape, doesn't he?
I hate it, and I was complaining about it to my husband.
Aurelius Dumbledore.
I'm like, why does he have to be related to Dumbledore? And he was like, he's like, I always thought it was a lie, and I'm like, it probably is a lie. I hope it's a lie.
It better be, because it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. I'm excited for this movie because I remember reading.
I'm happy for you.
I remember reading Deathly Hallows when it came out. And getting to the stuff where they're talking about Dumbledore and Grindelwald's relationship, and like they had a fight, and they talk about the 3-way duel. Fuck it. It's been in a book that's been out for like
who cares?
15 years. Dumbledore, Grindelwald, and Aberforth have a 3-way duel. And this will have already happened by the time
the 3-way duel.
Yeah, they have a 3-way duel, and in it, Dumbledore's little sister Ariana gets killed, and none of them are sure which one cast the spell that killed her. But one of them did kill her, and so when I got to the end, like I didn't really care about the first Fantastic Beasts movie until I got to the end, and I was like, oh shit, this is about Grindelwald. Because when I read Deathly Hallows, I was like, I want to know more about this kind of wizarding war during the 40s and this thing between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Like, this is something that I find interesting. And it's only very briefly touched upon in the book. So as the movies get more into that, I get more interested in them. I really liked the last one because it was very much about Grindelwald, and that was something that I was very interested in. I don't know how I feel about Mads Mikkelsen. I miss Johnny Depp in the role. I think Mads Mikkelsen...
It was the only part I liked.
I like him. I like him in it. And I think he looks more in line with somebody that would... He looks like more of a real person than Johnny Depp did in the role. But I really liked Johnny Depp's eccentricisms in that role. So I'm sure Mads Mikkelsen, I'm sure I'll like him. That looks more like a person that Dumbledore would bang. Like Johnny Depp, I don't know. They didn't really jive together. They didn't really jive together. Okay.
I've always said that I wanted Grindelwald to look like a greasy politician. Like I wanted him to look like someone that you would like. That makes sense why people would follow him. Like how Colin Farrell looked like. And that's why I wish we stayed with Colin Farrell, but I'm okay with Mads Mikkelsen because he looks how I wanted him to look like. I think for me, I never really cared about the Grindelwald stuff. Like when he showed up, I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
So, and like, I really don't need, I just am not really interested in that story. Like I read it in the book and like, that's fine for me. So I think that's why I'm kind of like, okay, I feel like I am more interested in that kind of stuff than I am with new, though. Like, I don't care. What frustrates me
I don't know why
is,
he's in these movies.
Why is it still called Fantastic Beasts?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why is he in these movies? Why are they trying to make him our Harry Potter? Like, I don't care. It does. That's what bothers me. It's like, just give me a movie about Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Like, I don't need to see Newt and Jacob, even though I really like Jacob. And why
got a wand in this one?
Why are those little kids like, can I touch your wand? You're at Hogwarts. You have your own wand.
So my theory is that the wand is special, and that it's a magical object. I don't think they're going to say that he can use magic. Well, I think it's going to be a wand that anybody can use, and that the magic is in the wand, not in the person.
Not in the person. Okay, that makes more sense.
It would make no sense for them to go, Jacob can use magic. Like that wouldn't really work.
I do like that scene though when he's like, I got it for Christmas. Like I thought that was funny.
It can't be that if a muggle gets a wand, then they can use magic, because that would that would ruin Deathly Hallows. Because you remember there's a whole point in Deathly Hallows where they go to the ministry and that woman is on the woman is on trial. Because they say that she's a muggle who stole a wand. And she's like, that's not how it works!
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be this big showcase of like how corrupt the government has become under Voldemort. And if they make it so that Jacob can just have a wand and use magic, that would validate the fascist regime in Deathly Hallows, and that is not a good idea.
Are they promoting...
we should avoid.
Like J.K. Rowling in this?
Her name is not on.
Okay. I'm just
in the trailer. It says WB invites you to return, where in the last one it said J.K. Rowling invites you to return. In this one, WB invites you to return to the Wizarding World. Yeah, no, her name is nowhere on it. To the point where Steve Kloves came back to help her write it, so that they can have another name on the script.
Yeah, but that was before all that stuff came out.
That was for this one.
I know, but I'm saying, like, they announced that he was coming back before her tweets came out.
No, her tweets have been a thing for, like, a while.
But before the round, first round, or the big round that, like, got her. Because they announced it, I'm pretty sure, like, pretty quick after, like, a couple months after Grindelwald. They're like, and Steve Kloves is coming back. Like...
I think that's a response to people criticizing her writing and not her tweets, because her tweets have been a thing since before Grindelwald came out.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, he came back before people canceled her for her tweets, but we're canceling her for her, like...
I don't think so. I think people have been pretty pissed at her for a long time.
That's true. I just mean the big round that people are like, Harry Potter is a real story based on Harry Potter and was not written by anyone.
That's true. No, you're right. People did start doing that after Grindelwald, didn't they?
Harry Potter has no author.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a video game coming out. I'm excited for that. I think that for somebody who is not somebody that I agree with in any sense of a lot of things, and I think a lot of the things she says are pretty despicable. That world still means a lot to me, and there's still things that I think that you buying Harry Potter stuff at the end of the day doesn't really. People make the thing of like you're just supporting her with money, which you technically are, but really
she already has so much money. Yeah, it doesn't.
She's making more money from having licensed it in the first place than anything that she's getting from you actually paying for it. It's the same thing as like if we all showered for a little less time, we'd fix the environment. And it's like, yeah, but corporations could do something so much quicker, and it would fix the problem immediately. It's the kind of like moving the pressure onto the consumers when the issue lies in the people creating the product. Yeah. Right? And saying, but that they don't have to do better. It's the consumers that have to do better. So that's kind of how I feel about that. I'm going to buy the video game, The Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to go see
I'm going to see it.
Secrets of Dumbledore.
Am I going to enjoy it? Probably not, but I'm going to go see it.
I thought the trailer was kind of shit.
It was like
I'm excited for the movie. I just didn't think it was a good trailer. Mike, do you have any thoughts on The Secrets of Dumbledore?
No, but there's a lot of Harry Potter stuff coming with like the reunion with all the cast.
Oh yeah, the reunion. Yeah.
And then the
God, if they announce Cursed Child, I'm gonna kill myself. I can't live in a world where they come back and do Cursed Child.
And it's
so bad. It's so bad.
I want to see other
Child
people
is
do
so bad.
Harry Potter. That's not David Yates.
David Yates. Like, he's been doing these fucking movies since Order of the Phoenix. Give it to somebody else.
Like, give me more things like Star Wars. Like, give me
Marauders.
You can open up this world and do so much. And the fact that they just keep tying it back to Hogwarts and Dumbledore and things we know. Like, I want to see more. Like, give me more.
Quidditch sports movie.
That's what I've been pitching for years.
So much. Give me the Marauders. I want to see it.
That's Hogwarts, though.
Okay.
I still want to see it. I agree. I want to see it too. But...
Give me Andrew Garfield as one of the Marauders. That's what everyone wants. He's too old now, but
I don't fucking care. I don't.
I love
he can play high school again. He already did it once. He can do it again.
He still has a baby face. Like.
Yeah,
he was playing almost 30 in Tick Tick Boom. So, and he's like 39. So
he's got such a good voice, and I don't know where it came from.
Did you see it? I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it yet, but I listened to the soundtrack a lot.
My husband actually wants to watch it only because there's the scene that he's like yelling. I mean, Mike knows I just gushed about Andrew Garfield the whole time in Social Network. So. Yeah. I'm sorry, my dry cleaning was in the or my product was at the dry cleaning, and I forgot my fuck you flip flops.
Yeah.
It's the best scene. Anyway,
I'm not coming back for 50%. I'm coming back for all of it.
All of it, asshole. Oh, so good. I have loved Andrew Garfield for years and years.
Me too.
For years, and now all of a sudden, because of Tick Tick Boom, people are like Andrew Garfield. I'm like.
Yeah, I remember Andrew Garfield because he was in an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
God, you fucking... Why do you
He's in the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Why do you always pull back to the most obscure references? You're not like I remember when he played Spider-Man. You're like, I remember when he was in Doctor Who for one episode as a side character.
Yeah, he got turned into a pig.
Oh, Sarah, you're right.
What?
What you said was right. I heard what you just said, and you were right.
He's the best Spider-Man.
He is the best Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. I still stand by it.
I don't think he's the best written Spider-Man, but I think he's the best actor to have played Spider-Man. The writing in that second movie is a little...
It's not his fault.
No, it's not. It's not. None of it's his fault. Anyways, last thing I'll touch upon before we talk about Spider-Man, or whatever else Mike has, which it sounds like not a lot. I'm still watching The Wheel of Time, but I'm not going to talk too much about that because eventually Mike and I are going to do a whole episode of the
whole season
Prime Picks on the whole season of the show. But while I'm watching the show, I'm reading the books. I'm still on book 3. I'm like halfway, or not even halfway through the 3rd book. I looked it up. I'm less than 20% of the way through the whole series.
No.
On book 3. They've all been about this length too.
Wow.
And I'm less than 20% of the way through the series. But I'm way ahead of the show. So I think I'm good for now. I'm making slow progress, but I'm making progress.
You'll do it. We'll catch up on the progress.
It's only 14 books.
Yeah, you can do it, Shawn. I believe in you.
14 books.
It's 14 books and a prequel, so 15.
Yeah, I believe in you, dude. I'm a newcomer that has not even read the book, so I'm just gonna go into blind and just be like,
or watched any of the show, even though we have to do a podcast.
Will you shut up? I will get. Don't worry, I will get to it.
Nora says you can do it.
Oh. I believe in you, Mike. I will
do it. I will do it. It'll be the first TV episode about Prime Picks. Okay. First
TV season.
About season.
Not episode. Not one episode. It's 8, and they're an hour long each, Mike.
Oh, God.
I'm just messing with Mike because Josh also messed with him in the Prime Picks Discord chat, and so I'm just giving Mike shit. I
know.
I'm just messing with Mike. I'm just messing with him.
Yep, and yet you're just gonna piss and pick on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna piss and moan. I'm gonna piss and moan the whole time.
Where is this going?
I mean, who says that? Somebody says that in a movie or TV or something. Like, I'm gonna piss. Oh, have you seen the? You remember the like TikTok or Vine or whatever of the dude who's protesting like gay marriage or whatever, just being gay in general, and then the two guys go up in front of him and kiss, and he goes, "I'm gonna puke."
No.
It's really funny. It's this really old dude, and he's like, homosexuality is a sin, and these two people walk up to him and kiss in front of him, and he goes, "Get out of my way! I'm gonna throw up."
Daddy, chill.
Daddy, chill. I love that.
Chill.
What the fuck did you just say? He's so shocked. He's so shocked when he says it too. Is the best part.
Did you want to be on camera?
He's like, I want to be on camera.
He said, I want to talk about Spider-Man. Yeah, why is my dog Russian?
Russia. Camera loves
Mike,
me.
Is there anything else before we talk about Spider-Man?
I started to watch a new Netflix film that came out 3 weeks ago. Not Spider-Man. Shut the fuck up. I swear to God. I'm done. I'm done talking to you.
I'm kidding.
Is this it?
Mike's handing his resignation.
The Netflix film in question is titled Mixtape.
Fucking course it is. I don't know why I expected anything different.
I was like, ooh, what's this about? And I'm only like partially through it. It's a coming of age story about a young girl who lost her parents, but she finds a mixtape of her parents and must find the songs and connect.
Of her parents?
Yeah.
Or a mixtape that they made.
Yeah.
Okay.
A mixtape.
Not a mixtape of their parents.
Oh God. What's that even?
Hey yo, I got like, you know, like when a rapper is like, hey dude, pick up my mixtape, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
That's like
it's not a real mixtape.
They were like, Pete my mixtape, dude.
Is it a real mixtape?
Yes, it's a real cassette tape it's set in 1999, okay? It's 1999 on the verge of the Y2K. So it was all the 90s music popped in. She's like a loner. She lives with her grandma.
Oh shit! The lady from Modern Family is in this.
Julie, that one, Julia.
Yeah, Julie Bowen.
Yeah, she plays the. grandmother.
What's her name in Modern Family? Not Julia.
I don't know.
No, it is
Claire.
Carol.
Yep.
Carol.
Carol. Samsonite.
Killed her husband, whacked him. Convince me that it.
Did you know there's another season of that? I watched that as well.
I know.
And there's the spin-off, the Tom Angle one.
I'm so sorry, Mike.
I'm sorry.
I give up, you guys. You guys are really...
No, I'm sorry.
I give up.
Can't convince me that it didn't
happen.
Mixtape is a coming-of-age story that I truly enjoy because it shows, yet again, the 90s, which is a rare case in films and television nowadays. Now a lot of things are starting in the 90s.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess everybody loves the 80s.
Yeah,
You're
90s
right.
is like
You're
the
right.
next thing coming. Because there's another show on Netflix. Anyways, I actually kind of love Mixtape because they're just like, she's this Bev. Her name is Bev Moody. She's just like trying to find out the music that her parents listened to before they died in a car accident, and she meets new friends. She goes on this adventure growing up, and it's actually a heartwarming story, which has the title of Mixtape, which is like, my kind of jam. So,
also, in case anybody was wondering, Julie Bowen was in a movie in 2001 called Amy's Orgasm. So,
Shawn.
I was looking at her Wikipedia page, and I couldn't. I just in case anybody was interested.
When did this show get off the rails? Oh my God.
When did you ask us to do it again?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Touche.
You know what you're getting into.
She's gonna be in Green Eggs and Ham.
What?
What? The next season? I mean, I think there's only 2 seasons.
Did you know she's in Lost? She plays what's his name's wife. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, what's his name? What's the main guy's name? Jack? Yeah, Jack. I still need to finish that. I have season 6 left.
All right. Anyways, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Sarah, quick thoughts on them. Actually, sorry, Mike. Quick thoughts on the movie.
Shut the fuck up.
Sarah, quick thoughts on the movie.
Okay, so what did I think of this movie? I've only seen this movie once. I saw it on Friday. When I got out of the theater at the end, sat in my chair after the movie ended, I was in total shock. I think I was in shock for the whole 24 hours. And I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
And I still feel that way. That's a little overdramatic. I think this is a great movie. I think it's one of the best superhero movies ever made, not just based on certain aspects of it, but I also just think the script is really strong. I think that the acting performances are really good. I just think it's a really well-made movie, and I really like the themes of this movie. I like how this movie was set up from the previous 2 movies. I feel like they really were able to develop the MJ and Ned and May for me very well than they were in the last 2 movies. They were able to build off of their relationships. I was not the biggest fan of MJ, and in this movie, Zendaya absolutely killed it. She brought this very soft and gentle side to the character that I just loved. And I think they did a great job integrating the villains into the story. There were twists and turns into this movie. And I think they just handled everything very well. I think there is a lot of fan service stuff, like you said, but for me, I love everything about it. And I'm excited to watch it again and really take in what happened, because I think there's a lot of stuff that got overshadowed by reactions, because my theater was hot and was full of Marines. So everyone was very energetic, is all I'll say. And yeah. Being 72 hours removed, I still think this is a great movie.
Yes, I've seen it twice. I still think it's a very... Oh, God, first, I want to start by saying it made a ton of money this week. weekend.
Oh.
It is the third highest opening film of all time.
Oh my God.
It made $253 million domestically, which is $4 million behind Avengers Infinity War. And worldwide, it's made $587 million so far.
That's crazy.
So it has had an insane opening weekend. I saw it Thursday night. I loved it. Loved it a lot. I saw it again Saturday night. I still really loved it. I think it's a really great movie. That is not without a few issues. The first 30 minutes of the movie or so are pretty rough. Pretty much the movie... Here's how I feel about it. I feel like this movie is not a sequel to Far From Home for most of it. I feel like the first 30 minutes are a sequel to Far From Home, and then Doc Ock shows up, which is in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. But once Doc Ock shows up, the rest of the movie has almost nothing to do with the rest of the Homecoming trilogy, in my opinion.
And I'm okay with that. I didn't need it to be, personally.
Which is what I've been... Yeah, I'm in this weird place where I don't think this is a good finale to a trilogy. But I don't know if it needed to be. Because it's its own thing, and I think what it is perfect. For what they set out to do, they accomplished. What they didn't set out to finish the trilogy. Which I'm kind of disappointed about. There are some things from that trilogy that I really loved. And what I've kind of been saying is that in a perfect world, when they decided to do the whole multiverse thing and bring back all these villains, that should have been Spider-Man 4. I think Spider-Man 3 should have been what the first 30 minutes of this movie is about. And about the secret identity being revealed at the end of Far From Home, and about what that means for Peter Parker as a person. Because the movie kind of drops that once it gets to a certain point. It's still about that in a certain way, but not in the way that you would expect, and not in the way that I think is most interesting. I think it would have been because originally we know that this movie was not about the multiverse. This movie was about Peter Parker being, like, when they finished Far From Home, they were like, the next movie is going to be about Peter Parker having to deal with this, the legal ramifications, the social ramifications, what it means when the world knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And I don't think that's what this movie's about.
Because they removed everything, they changed up what this movie was going to be.
Because originally the movie was going to have Kraven as the villain, and it was going to be about that. And then they had their big fight with Sony, and they were like, okay, we have one shot left at this. Fuck it. These other people are saying they're down to return. We'll get rid of all that stuff in the first half an hour, and then the rest of the movie is going to be this wild, crazy multiverse tale. And so I think the first 30 minutes are really messy, and I don't think it's a good follow-up to Far From Home. Now, as its own thing.
I disagree. But I've only seen it once, so maybe if I watch it again, it will be different.
This was not a thing that I noticed until I watched it a second time. Because on a second watch through, I saw a lot of things set up at the beginning that then never come back for the rest of the movie. And I notice it as I'm like, oh yeah, this was a thing. And like, there are interactions happening that you'd expect to see more of and you'd expect this movie to be about. But after a certain point, none of those characters are in the rest of the movie. And there are certain
specific character.
I wouldn't even say a specific character. I'd say there's multiple characters that set up dynamics with Peter that. Oh no, I'm not talking about that character. I'm talking about characters from.
I know, but that's what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. But there are the characters
Flash.
from the Homecoming trilogy: Flash, the teachers, Betty Brant. These are characters that are introduced towards the beginning of the movie, and then goodbye. We don't really see them again for the rest of the movie because it becomes about Doc Ock and Green Goblin and Electro and Sandman.
I'm okay with that.
And so okay. Like I said, first 30 minutes for me don't work. For what the first 30 minutes are about, the rest of the movie doesn't work because it's not about what the first 30 minutes are about. That being said, the other 2 hours, holy fuck. It's my number 4 on my MCU ranking chart. Even with what I just said about the first 30 minutes. Every villain that is in this movie, and I'm only talking about characters that have been shown in the trailers, is the best version of that character. I think Willem Dafoe is the best version of Green Goblin, even better than he was in the first Spider-Man movie. Same for Doc Ock, same for Sandman, same for Electro, same for Lizard, but you know that Lizard and Sandman they're not gonna have huge roles because nobody cares about Lizard or Sandman. They're in the trailers. I was going to say, that those characters aren't going to be who they're going to focus on, and they don't.
I like Sandman. I thought he was good in this.
No, I thought he was good in it. He's just not. They don't put a lot of focus on him.
Oh, no.
I think they're all good in it. I think every scene they're in, they're good. I don't think any of them are bad in it. Oh my god, what? Oh, I loved Electro. I thought Electro was so much better than he was in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It was a little bit too much for it. It was very Killmongery for me.
It was an entirely different character. Jamie Foxx does not play... I mean, it's the same character, presumably, but it's not. It's not at all. He acts completely different.
No.
But...
Yeah.
Even if I knew everything that was going to happen in the movie before I walked into it. I had been completely spoiled on every aspect of it. Still thought it was incredible. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I knew everything that was going to happen. And it still hit on every level. I'm trying. I think the third act battle. Okay, so they show the Statue of Liberty fight in the trailer. I thought that was very good. It's not the best fight in the movie, in my opinion. The best fight in the movie is a fight kind of in the second act. There's a fight in the second act that I think is the best fight in the entire trilogy. One of the best fights in the entire MCU. I think, Sarah, you probably know which one I'm talking about.
I'm trying to think.
What
you're talking about.
It's the one at the so you know the shot in the trailer where you see the lightning like shooting down in front of a building and there's all the sand kicking up.
Yeah.
It's a fight in the city. It's in the trailer. There's a fight that's taking place in the city.
I know what you're talking about.
And that's the fight that I'm talking about. I think is one of the best fights in the MCU and one of the best fights. Hands down, the best fight in the entire Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy for sure. All the action's good. I think John Watts is growing as a better direction with every, as a better director with every movie. I'm excited to see his take on Fantastic Four. I think he proved in this movie that he can handle multiple characters very well. I just am kind of disappointed that there are certain things that I was really looking forward to seeing when it comes to threads from the first two movies continuing, and the movie doesn't really find them important. And to be honest, I don't think the audience finds them to be important either. I'm very much in the minority where those were things that I really enjoyed and I really wanted to see continued, and what the movie offers you instead is probably better. So I'd still give it like a 10 out of 10. I loved it. Mike, it looks like we're losing you.
Yeah, I'm fucking tired, dude.
That's no. I was gonna say, Sarah, do you want to talk about spoilers a little bit? Hello. Okay. Do you want to talk about spoilers a little bit?
Yeah, but
yeah. All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Why don't you do your are you cool if you do your sign off and head out, and Sarah and I will finish the show with a little bit of spoiler talk? Is that okay with you? I don't want to have you just sitting there while we're talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's not fair.
I understand, and I sure. Just I'll keep it simple. Follow me on Twitter at Mike Mixtape. Everything I do is in my Twitter bio, including Into the Grid, which I do with Shawn, which is Go With The Grid on Twitter. Just follow that. We're doing stuff over there with Power Rangers. We're moving on to our next season. Just enjoy that, folks. And Prime Picks is coming back, folks, on this network feed. I just recorded 3 episodes. I need to edit those and put those on the feed. So, just listen to my stuff. Everything's going on. And I'll see you guys next time on Beyond the Screen.
Love you, Mike.
Love you too, guys. You guys are the best.
Bye.
All right.
So,
okay. How you doing, Sarah? How's your internet looking?
It's kind of
that's kind of what I thought. We'll talk maybe. So, but now this is an official spoiler warning. If you want to follow us on Twitter, our handles are right below us. And I'm at Shawn_AFK. Sarah's at SSEBOK. That's at SSEABOCK. I'm just going to do those plugs really quickly for anybody that's listening and can't see. So if you're not watching, if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home and you don't want to know spoilers, you can get out of here now. At Movie Blog Merc is where this show is hosted. All right. We're going to talk about spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in this movie.
Oh my fucking God.
Andrew Garfield
did it.
He was the werewolf, as it turns out. He was the werewolf. And to me, Andrew Garfield's the best part of the movie.
I agree. Wholeheartedly.
So my theater popped off a lot the first time. Also in this movie, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, which I think I worked around pretty well earlier when we were talking about Daredevil. So my theater popped off. The biggest moments, first of all, people gasped for Matt Murdock. They didn't scream.
Yeah.
They screamed for Andrew Garfield. And somebody behind me yelled, "He's so hot."
It was me. No, I was kidding.
So the first time I went to see the movie, a girl behind me shouted, "He's so hot." The second time I went to go see the movie, a guy sitting next to me wand "He's so hot."
Oh my God.
It was the perfect team up. And then the moment that is maybe one of the most impressive theater moments I've ever been in is when Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, catches MJ. My theater, so
exploded.
She falls. Tom dives after her, gets knocked out of the way by Green Goblin. My theater went, "Oh!" The people gasped. It cuts to Andrew. Everybody started to scream. He jumps down, catches her, lands, and then when it cuts to his face, the screaming stopped. Dead quiet. Just like you could hear a pin drop.
Oh,
because
really?
Yes. As soon as people saw his reaction to catching her, it went dead quiet. Because people were so affected by Andrew Garfield's acting in that moment. Like, when he goes, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, are you okay?" And he's just like, he's crying because he finally was able to save her. It
gets me teary every time. Like, I can't. His are so good.
I think it's the best scene in the movie.
Well, yeah. So for that part, like, I couldn't hear what happened after he called her because people were like cheering.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. It was wild. I saw this in the theater. I said before, I saw it in the theater packed with Marines on Friday night.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, Marines are loud, passionate people. So the theater was sold out. So everyone was really respectful for most of the movie. It was the big moments. People were loud, but that's what you want. And it was honestly like the best crowd. Better than Endgame for me. Cause like, I feel like there were so many moments in the movie that were those like loud cheering moments, which a lot of like seeing them pair up, seeing the three of them like swing off of each other's web was amazing. Talking about the web shooters.
Oh my God. It was
him catching MJ. Am I cutting?
You are, but I'm just also thinking about these moments.
All that stuff is
Their interactions are so good.
It's all fan service, but like it was done so well and great, and like for me, all that stuff just hit harder than like some of the end game fan moments, fan servicey moments. But when
I lost Sarah again. I think what we're gonna end up having to do, guys, is we're gonna have to call spoiler discussion early.
Everyone.
And hopefully next episode we can do this again.
Hello,
welcome back. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get in our final spoiler thoughts and do this another time. So why don't you very quickly final spoiler thoughts on the movie?
Oh my god. I love this movie. I thought it was great. I love seeing the three of them. The only thing I just wanted to say was when Aunt May died, someone in my theater went, "Fuck!" Like, really loud. And then when Toby when they stabbed Toby, someone was like, "Why couldn't it have been Andrew?" I was like, "Don't you dare!"
How dare you? How dare you? But Toby was fine.
He was so good. I thought he was so good.
Oh no, Toby was really good. I meant Toby was fine, as in he didn't die.
Oh. Yeah. He was fine. Yeah. Quick thoughts. I loved it. I definitely think they were the best parts of the movie. Obvious. And the more I think about the ending, I like at first, but the more
I also really loved the movie. Again, like I said, I don't think it really works super well as like a finale to the Homecoming trilogy, but as a finale of Tom Holland's Peter Parker's story, for now, I think it works really well. I think the story that they tell in the movie works perfectly. I think all the fan service works without being too fan servicey. I think all the action is really good. Holy fuck, anytime Tom Holland and Green Goblin fight, it is the best part of the movie. It is so brutal. When he's just beating on him in that hallway and Willem Dafoe's just laughing at him, holy shit. Like, that's some Dark Knight shit right there.
Talking about?
Is that the fight I was talking about?
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I think that's one of the best action sequences. When they're throwing each other through the floor and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
We'll definitely talk about this more at another point. It's just unfortunate.
My computer's going in and out. Yeah,
it's unfortunate. Sarah, why don't you go ahead and plug your stuff really quick again?
Well, you can just find me on Twitter at SCBOK, SSEABOCK. I'm around on YouTube doing trailer reactions. Just type in the trailer that you want to see, and I'll probably have done a reaction to it. So there you go.
Awesome. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Shawn_AFK. Everything I do is in my Twitter bio. At Movie Blog Merc is where this show is, and YouTube at Merc with Movie Blog. I guess we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah.